voice.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. I really apologize, for the little issues we had. So right now we're going to just be running a test. Mr. Bassey, please, can you say something?
Something.
So please, if you can hear him, kindly let me know in the comment section.
All right. Kindly confirm you can hear Bassey so we can get started or continue from where we stopped. Or should I sing?
Should you
Sing.
sing?
Yeah.
Please tell me on the comment section if you can hear. Okay,
Okay. They can hear.
I believe that they can.
All right. That's awesome.
Okay, so I'm really sorry, sir. We will have to be starting, from the beginning because it's obvious that all that has just been happening has just been between you and I. And so we have to start afresh so that they can hear you. So once again, please can you introduce yourself, sir?
Okay. So before then, I would want to remind you that your camera is not on. That's first. I don't know if it's intentional, but if it is, it's fine.
Okay, sir. They can see me.
Okay. All right. Okay, so once again, good evening, my school news, and I mean your virtual audience. I really want to appreciate everyone for, for the questions. I mean, that's one of the virtues in life, right? So, like I said earlier, my name is Bassey, a graduate of Political Science and Public Administration with postgraduate diploma in education, professional diploma in human resources, professional diploma in business law. So, I'm glad to be on the call, and I look forward to having a wonderful conversation with Claire Ijoma. I mean, with every other person from the virtual end. Over to you. Thank
Thank
you.
you very, very much, sir. You're very much welcome, sir. It's really wonderful to have you here. So, sir, can you see me now?
Nah, I can see you.
Okay, you can't see me.
Yeah, I can.
All right. You will see me shortly. Let me just confirm that you can. But then, yes, can you see me now?
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Okay. So, sir, once again, we would just want to know your story from bottom to top, how you're able to come to the level you are at the moment. And I would really want you to give us the real gist because it looks like when you meet an average career person and then you ask questions like how did you get here, some just say it was by God's grace, but then that would just be vague kind of because they really would not be able to see and know step for step how you got to the top. So just a little story of your background and how you got to this point. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, obviously it's God's grace. It's the doing
Yeah,
of the
I,
Lord.
I, I am sure about that, sir. It
All right.
is.
But then it also took the intentionality of someone from the back end. You know, when you're doing certain things, from what you're doing, someone is doing the back end work, and the other person is the one fronting the whole thing. So
Yes,
whilst
sir.
I also trusted God for His doings and His grace, there were some things I also did intentionally to get to the space, not set up yet. We are getting there. We are going there. We will be there, right? So, like I said
Amen.
earlier, I studied political science and public administration, a course where people usually do not believe they there's an industry for it. I mean, they feel after studying political science, what else? They feel you want to do, you want to jump into the
Become a
political
politician. Yes.
become a politician. But then, like I said earlier, it's never been so. A couple of us that study political science and public administration, many of us are not even into anything called politics, right? But I had to intentionally ask myself, Bassey, what will you do with this certification? And I realized that there was really no space for me in the industry or in, as it called, in other industries, right, with political science certification. And I'm not saying studying political science is a no-no or would actually not give you a space out there. No. So the question is, what are the things you'll be doing in addition to your political science certification? So I was intentional about wanting that professional career, a profession that you would have to call me something because I did this or because I'm working on this. You could call someone a doctor because the person works as a medical doctor somewhere. You could call someone an engineer
Yes.
because the person fixes something. You could call someone a teacher. So someone that studied political science, what will you be calling the person? So that was the
A
question. I
politician.
had to, yeah. But then you are not there. You're not a politician. So I had
Very
to
true, sir.
yeah, so I had to transition into education where I did a postgraduate diploma with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, just to have that, how is it called? That is it prefix? Sorry if I'm not too good with the use of English. So just to get that prefix, being a teacher. So what do you do, or who are you? I would say I'm a teacher. You understand? At some point, I had to add Malam to my name. That is the Hausa version of being a tutor, right? So that
Yes,
was
sir.
a little thing that made me feel fulfilling. I had a profession I could always fall back to, where you could always call something to add with my name and the rest. But that might sound more like, I mean, it's not important, but it was
Yes.
important at that point. Yeah, then during the COVID-19 session or period, I had issues around education or being in the classroom. I would say being in the classroom. I couldn't really get the old gist of, I mean, teaching children 1 plus 1, ABCD. They had to pronounce apple. It was more like an issue to me. So what I did was think of how to get something doing in the office. Yes, I got an administrative role, which I didn't start because of COVID-19. But during COVID-19, glory be to God, I read more about human resources, did a lot of training around human resources, and to God be the glory. I'm here as a human resource personnel where God
Wow.
has helped us do some great things around human resources. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So, sir, what inspired you to look up human resource?
Okay, so basically, human resources is very vast, right? So the part of human resources where I was so intentional, also deliberate about, which I didn't know it was human resources, was learning and development. The aspect where you speak English to motivate, speak English to inspire. I mean, basically make people get things done and also train people about product knowledge and the rest. That was the aspect I was so much concerned about. I was doing it, but I didn't know I was doing it. Funny enough, I was using my WhatsApp, as it called, group chats, writing on WhatsApp group chats, motivating people on WhatsApp group chat, be productive and the rest. I never knew I was doing something close to what I wanted to do. But I had this flair for humanity or to humans or for humans rather, where I had to pay attention to. Then I felt, come on, Basi, I've read about human resources, then you have to delve or transition into human resources. So that was what happened, and I mean, it's been awesome.
Wow. Okay, sir. So, sir, can we know about possibly a tough time you face? Because definitely, I don't think it just happened all of a sudden, right? I don't think you just climbed the ladder to wherever you are at the moment, without encountering any hitch. So, can you give us an example of maybe a problem you faced and how you were able to come out of it while building on your career?
Okay, so I think the major problem I faced was letting go of my comfort zone. Yeah. So remember, I said I was in the classroom. After being in the classroom, I told the school where I worked with, I told them, look, I'm not going to do this classroom stuff again. I am leaving. So I mean, they saw how proactive and productive I was in the space. They now said, okay, it's fine. Don't teach any longer in classes. Come and be our school administrator. Wow, fine and good. They made me the school administrator,
Hmm.
which there's a saying, I tell people I deliver. So within the space of 5 months, 6 months, I delivered in the school. But the
That's
challenge I had
ABU.
that period, no, 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 not ABU. I mean,
Okay.
man, okay, so I worked with Mountaintop schools at
Okay,
Lekki.
sir.
So that was the the school administrator. So the challenge I had that period was when I got a new role. The role was not something I wanted. It was something related to marketing. So now I now had to think of how do I switch from from the administrative role I got, but I was not getting three figures. Sorry, figures rather. So how do I transition from this role that is making me comfortable? I mean, I close by 3, join the school bus. So I close by 3, join the school bus, get to my home. I'm good. I'm perfect. Sometimes I leave my house by 8 o'clock, get to work by 9 o'clock with the school bus. Fine and good. That was comfortable for me. But I had a lot of issues and concerns around letting go of these comforts I had in the school to a new role, marketing. So before I could do that, I went through a lot of strategic thinking and a lot of mentorship guidance before I could let go. So I think that was the most difficult period for me in transitioning from where I was before to human resources.
Okay, so how were you able to overcome that period?
Okay, so like I said, I went through a lot of mentorship guidance, and I must say to all our audience, I mean, people listening to us, that you cannot do certain things. In fact, a whole lot of things without guidance or mentorship. So I had to
Very
speak to
true.
my mentor. I literally drew a spreadsheet of, I mean, it was funny, right? But I got a spreadsheet, drew what I am getting from this school, had to, I did my plus and minus, accumulations of everything. I noticed that perfect. I mean, okay, to be real, okay, I'm trying to not to mention figures. Okay, let's say for instance, I was getting 10,000 naira from this school. I now thought about it. So if I'm getting 50,000 naira from this marketing role, if I am not functional in the marketing role, in 3 months or in 5 months, my 50,000 naira would be 150,000 naira, right? Then in the
Yes.
school, 12 months of staying in the school, I will be getting 120,000. So that means I'll be getting 150 from the marketing. So I had to look at a whole lot of factors, and I had to use my spreadsheet to navigate my way out of the whole challenge I had.
Wow. Wow. This would have involved a lot of thinking and calculations and all of that.
Definitely, it
It
was not
means
funny.
okay. Wow. All right, sir. So we're going to be going down a bit now to the point of starting an early career. All right. I think we just lost him. So on this note, we're going to be going on a very short break, and we believe by the time we're back, he's going to be here again with us. Thank you.
My School News TV, giving you a voice. 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 My School News TV, giving you a voice.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm really sorry about this inconvenience. So resume live very soon. Okay, okay. So please confirm if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
No, I'm talking about those who are viewing.
Okay.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay, sir. So, sir, we're going to be continuing from where we stopped. So, I was talking about we going from the scratch, to talk about building a sustainable career. So, I want you to talk about, the importance of starting early. Our audience are basically students, those in university, some are undergraduates, jambites and all of that. And for some, they might be thinking it's still too early to start, and then some might believe that maybe at final year or maybe NYSC, they will begin to build a career path after learning over the years, in quotes. So I would really want to hear from you the importance of starting early when it comes to building a career.
Okay. Like you said, starting early, building. Okay, so I would want to say you would not really understand the importance of starting early until you get to a workspace and you're seeing uh, people younger than you being your bosses,
Hmm.
people younger than you giving you orders and instruction. I'm not saying it's not okay. I mean, but if you start early, I mean, you know your onions, you started early, you should have been there. There's a saying by Chinua Achebe that a man who does not know where the rain started beating would not know when he got dry. So whilst you're in school, there are things you're meant to do to build a perfect career path. So you don't jump from either sales to customer services, from customer services to IT operations. You're leaving, yeah, you're switching jobs every 5 months and the rest. So for you to build a sustainable career, you need to pick the career path you really want to follow and stay the course. You have to stay the course regardless of what you're being uh, pushed to, what is being pushed to you rather, or regardless of what you're being seen on that career path. I tell someone if I'm switching from human resources, I should be switching to something similar to human resources, not going into a career path that will now make it look as if the years I've spent in human resources would not count any longer. Take notes, human resources will always look at how long you stayed on a particular career, not how many years of experiences you've had. In fact, the moment you graduate from school, your experience has started because you start hunting for jobs. Hence, you have to first have that mindset of staying through the course of one career path. You're free to transition, but before making your transition plans, ask yourself the whys of that very career path. That's what I would say regarding sustaining a better career path.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You said something really noteworthy. You said human resource will consider how long you stayed in a particular career than your years of experience in different careers,
Yeah,
right? And so
yeah,
this really
very true.
struck me. So for people who are still coming up and we've not really had much practical lessons and all of that in an average Nigerian university or even secondary school, there's not so much provision for practical, for you to know that okay, this is my niche, this is something I really want to do. And then seeing the social media trend, which is something we are going to talk about also, you know we see that sometimes you are open to, there's a copywriting course, there's a content creation course. We see just the likes of that online, and you just feel like, okay, let me try my hands everywhere, and then you get an opportunity to work somewhere, and then this is you seeing somewhere else that you think you like, and you just keep juggling from one to another. So how do you identify what exactly you are going to be, pitching your tents in? How do I discover my career path? How do I know that this is where I should be? Especially in a system like Nigeria, where we don't have so much opportunity to practice.
Okay, about that, dear audience, I would say always take note of similarities. Like what we are into now. I mean, my school literally is into journalism, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're a student, maybe you've taken a path into journalism, maybe you studied mass communication or communication art as it were in my days in school, and you've identified passion in some other thing. The first thing is truly ask yourself true questions. There are a lot of tests you need to. By meaning test, not assessment. By test, I mean uh, introspections where you get to ask yourself certain questions. If that is truly what you want, do you really want to transition from what you studied, maybe mass communication, to something else? If the answer is yes, then you should identify similar courses that are in line with that course. Let's say you are switching into sales and marketing. You should identify similar stuff that are related to sales and marketing to build your career path. And there are other skill sets you would have to boast of in building your career path in sales and marketing. So you should not just think of taking courses because they are called courses, get certifications because they are called certifications, and then they are not related, they are not similar, they are not in line with what you want to truly do. So it's understandable you've not identified yourself. So if you've not identified yourself, then you have an assignment to really sit to ask and pray to God. I mean, to everyone, what you truly want, what truly inspires you. You understand? So first, you should be able to identify where or which career path am I following. Then you're free to do other courses. I mean, to add to your CVs, because if you're unable to do certain things, for instance, you're in human resources, you cannot input data, you cannot do data analytics, then you're wrong. Then maybe you're into journalism, you don't know how to create content or do basic graphic designs, then you're wrong. So there are a lot of skill sets that are tied or linked to a particular career that you need to identify and build on.
Okay, okay. Now I get. So it means while deciding what exactly you want to uh, become, you need to pay attention to the courses that link with it. So, for example, someone like me, who is in journalism, it will not be bad to take a course on maybe content creation, right?
Definitely, definitely,
Okay, okay. So we go for courses linked around whatever you have decided over the years that you want to become.
definitely,
Yes,
definitely.
sir.
For instance, I mean, human resources, like I said earlier, it would be wrong for me to say that I am a data scientist, right? But then, there are things I do that has to do with data, that has to do with data information, and I have to analyze data. So I will not be sending my data to a data scientist to get it done. So I have to, even if I'm not 100% perfect in it, I should know the basics in data analytics or the HR metrics. So being in journalism, you should have the basic knowledge in script writing and other editing things, which I presume journalism is into.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that, sir. Okay, so the next thing I'll be asking, still on the issue of starting a career, is the place of opportunities. It looks like when you want to apply for anything whatsoever, you're seeing things like you must have at least 2 years experience, 3 years experience, and all of that. So where is the place of people who are just starting up? how can they maximize, how can they get rather opportunities that would help in whatever area they choose?
Before I respond to that question, permit me to fault some applicants, especially the Gen Zs.
Okay.
Some organizations have intentionally decided not to bring on board certain age brackets for some reasons. An average Gen Z does not see the need to stay on a job for more than 6 months. They would always switch from one role to the other, right? There are some roles that top management will not offer to Gen Zs with some reasons because they know they will not stay. Recruitment is very costly. In the cost of recruitment, organizations spend a lot to bring new employees on board. I mean, starting from the recruitment stage down to the training stage, the onboarding stage, and a whole lot of things. So organizations don't want to always spend much or spend in bringing in new employees on board, yet they leave in the next 2 3 months, right? So what I would say is that for the Gen Zs, they should first change that narrative that they are serious about what they are doing or serious about what they are looking for. Then the aspect of 2 years experiences or 5 years experiences for a graduate that just started, trust me, experiences starts right from when you are on campus. So one of the things I regret so well is that I really did not build myself on campus in terms of getting opportunities. I was more on the spiritual aspect, fellowship, this and that. There are things you can do on campus that will add to your experience or career experiences, right? You can, there's a guy I follow on LinkedIn, and he has done that, and I saw that he doesn't even speak to himself as being a student. Whenever he speaks or writes about himself, he writes about what he is delivering to different organizations. So those things form as part of your experiences that you can always boast of on your CVs. Take note, employers would not see your face. They will always see your CV first. That is what will bring you, or that, in fact, that's the first invitation call to for an interview. So first, you need to build yourself on campus. Don't think about the experience post campus experience because they would not. Organizations are not paying attention to those things again. What they are looking for is your CV. Your CV should communicate what you've done for organizations or different organizations while you were on campus.
Mm. And so it means your experience, like you just said, starts from campus.
Very well.
Beyond the normal academic learning, you advise that people go working, or I'm trying to get it clear. So is
Okay.
look at you, yeah,
Okay.
please.
Okay, so sorry for cutting you short. I think I need to say this. I am not telling a graduate, sorry, is it an undergraduate out there to go looking for job when he's still in school, or sorry, looking for a daily paid job when he's not on campus. So remember, we're talking about experience, not talking about, okay, we're talking about work experience or job opportunities, right? So there are things you could do for organizations even without being paid. You understand? There are things you could do during your vacations that will be added to your CV. Take note of one thing. While you're doing those things, take ownership of those things you're doing and know your onions. Because once you have this in your CV and you're being invited to the table for discussion and you're not able to defend them, then that makes you useless. That makes whatever thing you added on your CV useless. Let me just bring a story. I invited someone for an interview, and this lady told me she was an AGM, that assistant general manager. I was shocked. The panelists were shocked. Okay, we felt okay, it's fine, it could be possible. They will now ask her, as an AGM, what do you do? The things she mentioned were not related to what an AGM does. She was literally more like a personal assistant or an EA to the general manager of the organization, right? So if you are calling yourself this, you should be able to align what you've called yourself. You're calling yourself an administrative strategist or an administrator, and you can't impute data. You're calling yourself a content creator. You can't create a 5 pages content within, let's say, 1 hour. okay, one eye not being not too fair to some people. Within one day, you can create a perfect content for a website publication. So there are things you can also do from your end in order to build or gather those experiences. Sometimes you may not be paid for these experiences. Sometimes it could be you calling onto your senior friends to give those opportunities to assist in doing those things, and you could add those things to your CVs. You understand? So that's what I meant by building while on campus, building a perfect career path while on campus, and getting some skills into your skill box. That's what I meant by that.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for that. While you were just um answering the previous question, you talked about a regret you had as an undergraduate. And I believe we have, undergraduates who are listening at the moment who would at least love to know some things you would tell them about being an undergraduate, possibly your regrets, or just turning these regrets to be more like some tips they should know on how to maximize their undergraduate days, ahead of their careers, which is going to be coming up as they grow and all of that.
Okay, like I said also, like I said earlier, I when I joined when I went to campus, I had three goals in mind. The first one was to graduate with the first class. The second one was to not to join the court guys, and the last one was not to follow the ladies, right?
Hmm. Wow.
So while not following the ladies was a goal or was achieved, and not being or joining any court group was achieved, the other one of wanting to graduate with first class was not achieved. It happens. So this is my take. I spent my days on campus doing study and fellowship. I happened to be in IFES, and being in IFES, I was open to other fellowship activities. It was a perfect environment to learn leadership, which has actually brought me to where I am today. But then there were other things I would have added to my skill set while on campus. There were other leadership environment, leadership space, student unionism that I would have participated in to build a perfect leadership skill, a secular leadership skill. I did not. There was an organization called Ecnactus. I did not join. I didn't know about JCI. I got to know about JCI upon graduation. So these are platforms that you can engage yourself in to learn the basic skills in leadership, the basic administrative skills, the basic people management skills, the basic communication skills. But I did not. I thought it's all about la cram, la pour, pass exams, and all is perfect. But it's beyond that. There's a saying. It's about those in their sorry those work on yourself than you work on your job. And I want to tell every student listening to me this evening: work on yourself than you study to pass exams. Most of the things you're reading to pass on campus today may not be relevant. Trust me, they may not be relevant. They told us to read about a lot of philosophers. I did some philosophy, I studied some philosophies on campus. I can't remember some of those things. But imagine I had the skill of being so I was opportunity to be part of some of these organizations or some of these students' union organizations where I would have learned a whole lot. It would have been perfect. But then, like I said, God helped me. I realized a whole lot upon graduation, and I had to, that scripture that says, "The years you have lost." So the years I had lost, God has actually helped me to learn from them, and I immediately volunteered upon graduation. So while I was waiting for service, I was busy volunteering for United Pastor Services. I was working for them. They didn't know me from their head office, but at their branch office at Calabar, I was working, learning customer service and administrative skill from the then branch manager. So there are things you have to learn. There are things you have to learn on campus. There are things you have to do and be skilled in them on campus. No excuse. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, sir, for this. I believe people who are, viewing at the moment are blessed to get this value. At least for those who are still undergraduate, they can put their hands on one or two things before graduation. I believe that would be a lot of help to them after leaving school. And this is something I really can relate to. Okay, sir. So, sir, the next thing we're going to be really talking about on starting up a career is maximizing your social media space. Um, it's no longer news that social media is the order of the day. Yes, so you would hardly see an average Nigerian youth, especially students, on the TV. Because I mean, how many campuses have TVs? How many lodges have these TVs? But we see people more with their gadgets, more with their phones, on various social media handles, and they use it for every possible thing. And so we know that the place of social media in career building is something that cannot be underestimated. And so, since I believe more than 80% of our viewers are social media users, in fact, 100% for you to view, yes, you're actually on Facebook for you to be seeing this at the moment. So, sir, for people who are Facebook users, social media users, and all of that, how can one, maximize these tools of social media to promoting their career?
Okay, social media, social media, social media. So one of the things I'd always believe about social media is it's a free, by free, less expensive advertisement platform where you don't need to pay a lot to advertise yourself. So I want to say to our virtual audience at this point, make social media your billboard. Be intentional about what you put out there. Yes, because when you don't announce yourself, sometimes, I mean, what you have in you, nobody would come to actually do that. By announcement could be you offering value to somebody. Announcement could be uh, you writing about yourself, about what you have. Announcement could be about you telling people about what your daily routine looks like. Imagine going to Claire's page. I am seeing Claire today. Claire was at this conference. She posted a picture of that conference. The next 2 days, she posted another conference that she attended. The next on daily basis rather, on monthly basis, I have seen Claire posting conferences that she has attended. Ladies and gentlemen, I will leave you with these doubts. What do you think Claire is into? What will you think Claire's career path is? Would you want Claire to introduce herself to you as someone that is interested in leadership or management? You don't need someone to introduce that to you because you've already seen who she is and what she engages herself with. So your social media should be your virtual identity, whereby someone does not need to ask questions or do further research to know about what you're into. You understand? So there are a lot of things I would have loved to say about this social media space, but all I want to say, make social media your billboard. Post the things you'll be proud of. Post the things that will make you, that will sell your skill. Some people will say build in silence. Before you put it out there, know your onions. Do not post yourself to be a leadership expert. Then it is known to people that you do not have any value to speak of when it comes to leadership. Do not tell people or put it out there that you're a content creator. Then I call you or have a conversation with you requesting for you to send a short write up on an event. You can't do it. Do not tell people you're a graphics designer on social media. You can't do a cut and paste color black and white designs on someone's birthday. Use social media to engage top guys. Of late, I posted something on my LinkedIn, and I got that picture, or I stamped the picture with Dr. Kelvin of Skywise. I kept the picture I wanted to connect with Dr. Kelvin. So the moment I posted the picture, I wrote lot of English about my meeting with him. I now tagged him. I did not, after following him, I followed him. Okay, I connected with him. He didn't connect with me for a number of, since November till now, he didn't connect with me. But the moment I made that post, today I noticed Dr. Kelvin of Skywise is part of my connections. So imagine I have a conversation. So I need to have a conversation with Dr. Kelvin. I do not need to do introductions. Just hello, sir. Just speak English, very brief, and I'm connecting with Dr. Kelvin. It makes you connect with the kind of people you want to connect with. Makes you connect with people that ordinarily you have to knock, meet with 5 people before getting to their spaces. So use social media and optimize social media for your best interest, for your growth, and for your career development. I think that's what I have to say about social media for now.
Thank you very, very much, sir. So, sir, yes, we are already coming to the end of this because these were the basic information that we needed for today's session. But before we go off, I really want to know what are the tips for building a sustainable career? What are the tips? What are the skills needed? What are the values you should be able to display if your career must be sustainable?
Hmm, that sounds deep. But before I mention one or two skills, I want to make it about our audience. Because the truth is, some persons out there have not yet identified themselves. So I want to say, before you think of building, know your why. Why am I getting to this space? In fact, when I was preparing for this session, I had to think of why, WHY. The first thing I thought of was, who are you? What can you deliver? Where can you deliver what you can deliver? And who can you deliver what you can deliver to? Have you been able to identify those people? Have you been able to identify what you can deliver? And the next thing I thought of was, how can you be better than the who you are today? So you have to think of strategies to be better than the personality you are today. Yes, yesterday Bassey was a school administrator, but today Bassey is doing something different from being a school administrator, right? So the last one is manage your yes, manage the things you say yes to, so that you can truly know the channel, the path you are into. Today, somebody sends a registration for a course, you register. Tomorrow, a course for business administration, you register. Tomorrow, a course for data analytics, you register. The next day, for Python, you register. Where are you heading to? And the next thing, learn to take calculated risks. Remember, I told you I had to switch from my comfort zone to a role I did not even like. It was calculated because I took time to think about it. And the next thing I want to say is seek guidance and mentorship. Not everybody will be able to work with mentors, and not every mentor want to mentor people. Be submissive to them and be willing to learn from what they'll be telling you. And the last thing I would want to say is be committed. Commitment is a skill. Do what other people will not want to do. You're at work or you're in a space, you're a volunteer somewhere, 5 minutes to closing time, you're already packing your bags, you're already preparing to close from work. Or you're already showing your time so that the speaker will know that the time is off. You have to be committed to the cause, committed to building yourself. So that is what I want to say when it comes to steps too. Because if I should tell you to start building communication skill, you still need to be committed to it. If I should tell you to start building people management skill, you need to be committed to it. If I should tell you to start learning things about leadership, you need to be committed to reading. So, ladies and gentlemen, our virtual audience, I would say you have to be committed to your why. And at this point, I want to say be committed.
Thank you very, very much, sir. So this simply means commitment is more like the backbone to career development. In whatever you
Definitely.
want to do without commitment, it would really be an impossible task. Okay, sir.
Definitely.
So your last words before we go off to people who are listening out there, just your word of advice or just anything you have to say to them.
Okay, I would have wanted to start by saying something I love saying, but based on the subject matter, career
Sir, feel
compass,
free.
building a sustainable career, I
Feel
would
free to say
say
what you want to say, sir.
I would say what my mentor and my role model, Dr. Lionel Okorie, would always say. Just a line, then I'll add up mine. He would always say that the workplace does not smile at anybody. Know your shit, know your onions. You can't come to a workspace without nothing on the table. This something on the table is not the relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. Now we're talking about value. What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the boardroom? When I ask you a question, we'll be able to bring out strategies to solve the problem. If you're not able to do that today, you have to be committed to doing it. Don't tell somebody you will try. Tell someone I'll be committed to doing it. Thank you.
Thank you so, so, so much, sir. I believe we all
Thank you,
got
Claire.
this. The workplace, in summary, is not a place that there will be so much maybe pity, empathy, and all of that. You must give your best. You must be able to deliver if you will be
You
able
must
to
solve
do,
problems.
sir.
I said you must solve problems.
Yes, wow, you must solve problems. Because I realize that, a lot of people have problem solving under their soft skills, but have literally solved no problem thus far. And so I believe as many who are listening at the moment would know what they are going for, why going for various career paths, or why applying for opportunities or volunteer, opportunities they see around them. That your value must still be needed, despite whatever situation brought you in. It was really wonderful having you today, sir. I
Thank you
really
very
am
much.
grateful, and I'm sure that as many people who are listening at the moment are not going to going back the same way they came. Yes, we've gotten so much value from you, sir. And on this note, we are saying a very big thank you from my school news.
Thank you very much for having Bassey. Do
You're
have a
welcome,
productive
sir.
day.
You too, sir. Have a wonderful day, sir.
All right, thank you.
Career compass. I'll be bringing more people in various career paths to, get to talk to us about how to build our career in various areas and things linked with your career. Possibly next week, we're going to be looking at stress management in career. Stress management. See you then. Until then, bye.
My School News TV, giving you a voice.